First at 5, pleading patience ahead of Election Day as more than 1.5 million people have cast a ballot during the early voting period. Election officials say to wait on the count. Good evening, I'm Morgan Francis.
Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Alicia Barnes. Well, the numbers so far have been record-breaking. Compared to 2018, ballots are up 100,000, and you still have 3 days left in the early voting period.
Queen City News reporter Will Lewis is live from a polling location in Northwest Charlotte. And Will, more voters will be going to the polls, but how long is it going to take to count those votes?
Well, you know, Morgan and Alicia, those votes are actually being counted right now. The Mecklenburg County Director for the Board of Elections told us that as soon as the person turns in their ballot, it is run through a tabulator, but those election results won't be released until the night of the election. More people are going to the polls for early voting than in 2018, and the State Board of Elections has a game plan.
These processes have been in place also for decades now, so we're not changing up the processes.
It's a rule book that is followed in all 100 counties.
As you're voting at early voting, you're running your vote through the tabulator, and it is processing and processing and processing. So at the end of early voting, they close it down, kill the machine, and that now has, I have results from that machine on a thumb drive.
The thumb drives stay in the possession of each Board of Elections office until Election Day, as long as there are no delays on Election Day.
And these are typically because of an accident that blocked entry to the polling place, or maybe there was a power outage or something along those lines. It's usually minor things that keep us from being able to conduct voting for a short period of time.
These are the first results of election night. However, Board of Election officials warn people counting votes is a long process, and this election won't be like 2020, when the majority of people voted early or by mail.
In the presidential election 2020, that first number was about 88% of my total results for that election. I only had another 67,000 votes to count that came in on election night.
With overall turnout expected to be between 50 and 60%, all say get ready for a long night.
These are going to be trickling in, and some small precincts will report, and then some large precincts will report. We'll have had a large volume with the one-stop results and the absentee by mail.
And like you hear, those numbers will be ready on election night. But one thing that the Board of Election Directors wanted us to remind everyone is that early voting ends at 3 p.m. on Saturday. So like we said, you've got a few more days to go and cast your ballot early before the general election. We're live in Northwest Charlotte. Will Lewis, Queen City News.
And nowadays, most voters do choose to vote early. Will, thank you.